What's going on, YouTube? My name is Jacob, and in today's commentary I want to talk about advanced supply drops and how badly they're poisoning advanced warfare. Because you can clearly see, the level of desperation and how desperate they are to try to gain a little popularity back in their game. Because they know that it's failing, little by little. It fell on its face, as soon as it dropped. A lot of people were turned off by this futuristic setting and the exosuits. Now, me myself, I was kind of excited a little bit, because it was something new. That's, what got me excited. It was something new. It added a little bit of spice to the, already stale formula of Call of Duty. But the thing was, it became very, very frustrating after a couple of, weeks playing it. The gunfights themselves, how people would go from 0 to 100, in just 1 second to another. Which, man, it didn't matter how much skill you had, how much experience you had in Call of Duty. None of that mattered. It just mattered if you could move, rapidly and try to avoid, any sort of gunfights and, try to avoid them in your favor. That's what basically, how Advanced Warfare's, gunfights came down to, which was very frustrating. And that's why, I'm bringing you some Black Ops 2 footage, because I can't play Advanced Warfare anymore. It's such a frustrating mess, and not only that, but I was losing my ping every time I was jumping on it. I was trying to get the footage and record some of the gameplay and stuff, but my ping would just go down. It would go from red to yellow and then to green again, and I have really good internet, so I don't know what the fuck was going on. It is really, really frustrating. So that's why I have some Black Ops 2 trailer gameplay. So I want to start off by saying that I know that the AK-47 and the M16 dropped in, the regular supply drops and advanced supply drops, quoting those weapons as free. Now, these weapons are some of my all-time favorites. I used these weapons in all the past Call of Duties. I would go on really high kill streaks with these. They were my go-to weapons, and I'm pretty sure it was, you guys' go-to weapons too. They're fucking iconic. Some of the best weapons ever to be in a Call of Duty game. Every single Call of Duty game has had a version of the AK-47 or a version, or kind of like a version of the M16, making 3-round burst guns. Not exactly like it, but, you get the point, So, I was pretty excited about that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's pretty sweet, I love these weapons. And then, when I finally, got to hear how they sound. Now, this is something that they claim, okay? Sledgehammer was claiming that they had amped the sound design in Advanced Warfare. That was gonna sound fucking, orgasmic, it was gonna be freaking amazing. And then I finally got the AK-47 and the M16, and I don't care so much about the zombies weapon, the Curadizer, if I can't pronounce that fucking gun. Anyways, that gun from Zombies, right? I was just interested in the assault rifles. But the thing is, as soon as I heard how they sound, it was like a slap in the face. It was so disappointing. It was, insulting to the weapons themselves. Now, if you did happen to see it, the AK-47 sounds exactly like the AK-12. And the M16 sounds exactly like the RX-160. Terrible. It's absolutely terrible and lazy. In my opinion, this is some of the most laziest things I've ever seen, in a Call of Duty game, besides, that one cutscene from Ghosts, that they cut out from Modern Warfare 2, They use that beginning of, the end cutscene of Modern Warfare 2 for the beginning cutscene of, Call of Duty Ghosts. You've probably seen that shit, but when I heard it, it was absolutely atrocious. I mean, I hated the fucking sound design in Sledgehammer's, sound design, amped and shit like that. Because it wasn't amped, okay? It just sounded different. And nobody can deny that. Every single weapon almost sounded the same. They all had this high-pitched, awkward, noise to it, which I didn't like. I didn't like any of the sound of the signs. Just some of them here and there, they were kind of like, kind of alright. But when they introduced the AK-47 and the M16, I was expecting real M16 sounds, real AK-47, sound designs, clips at least, so they could put some effort into the game. And everybody noticed. Everybody's been, giving them a huge backlash, because I'm following Michael Condrey on Twitter, and and I see the YouTube comments, not on my comments because they're dead as fuck, but on the videos themselves, when they introduce these weapons, and from other YouTube channels, and you can see how much of a backlash it's receiving. And the thing is, I mean, the level of laziness, that's the thing that bothered me the most. because this is a multi-billion-dollar billion company. This company is huge. Call of Duty is one of the most profitable games of all time, okay? And every day they're making revenue. Every day they're making revenue out of advanced supply drop opening videos, advanced supply drop sales, microtransactions, whatever you name it. You know, people buying the game maybe after, you know, the game release, whatever the case might be. So the level of laziness that involves that goes into the game, you know, they can get just a couple of original sound designs, you know, for these weapons, these iconic weapons, for their fucking crappy advanced supply drops, you know, where they lock them in. It is insulting to every Call of Duty player. Very, very insulting. I felt insulted. I wanted to use these weapons, and when I finally did, I'm like, this shit sounds exactly like the AK-12. What the fuck is this? Very, very disappointing. And not only that, but they also seem to refuse to, you know, even the old school weapons, which, you know, sound design is very important when it comes down to these particular weapons, because it was like, you know, what started Call of Duty. You know, this weapon started Call of Duty, the STG and the Thompson. Now I'm pretty sure the Thompson, you know, as soon as it releases, it's gonna sound exactly, in my guess, it's gonna sound like the ASM1 or one of the other submachine guns. They're gonna just cut and paste the same sound designs they're gonna put into these, you know, new weapons that they're dropping in their advanced supply drops, which is a shame. And I cannot believe the level of laziness that is coming from a company like this, a huge company, multi-billion-dollar company that generates profit every day, okay, not just every month or every week, every day. So it was very insulting, because if you recall, the STG when it dropped sounded exactly like the HPR. And I see this in Twitter, you know, Michael Condrey is like, how do you guys like the new weapons? How do you guys like this? How do you guys like that? And everybody's just backlashing, just giving them shit, and it is well deserved, and I'm glad that's happening. Now I'm not gonna post none of that shit, you know. I just go in there so I can see people's review and you know, how people are reacting to this. That's mainly why I have all these social media, and you know, why I go on YouTube, you know, comments, just so I can see the feedback, and that's where I can base, you know, that feedback and put it in my video. So the thing is, another thing that bothered me the most is every time I jump on Advanced Warfare, right? You know, I feel like, you know, playing like Call of Duty, a dumb simple game where I just can, you know, relax for a little bit and just kill, you know, people. Every time I jump in there, they're always offering new sets of armor, now customizable skins, which it would be okay, but this is every time, right? Now here they released, you know, recently, you know, 5 new ones, which are pretty fucking laughable too. The new ones are the Shortwave, the Desert Patrol, the Conquistador, okay, the Conquistador, and Mardi Gras, which is also pretty laughable, and the Spartan. Now, I was looking at these when they, you know, released, and the pictures and whatnot, and it kind of seems like they're heading in every little direction to maybe try to get like people's interest, like every people's sort of interest. Like people that like Spartans be like, oh, okay, they have a Spartan exosuit, I'm gonna get that shit. People that like Mardi Gras, they're like, oh, okay, they got Mardi Gras. You know, they're like trying to, you know, touch everybody's points of interest, or, you know, likes, or whatever you want to call it. Conquistador is like, what the fuck? What kind of stupid shit is this? I personally could not believe it. And the thing is, something that bothers me the most when it comes down to this, you know, new skins or whatever, these new customizable items that are released in the advanced supply drops and regular supply drops, you know, because they quote them as free again, is the videos. Now, the very first time I watched an advanced supply drop opening video, this was coming from a grown-ass man. You can honestly say this was coming from a grown-ass man. He had his own place, whatever you want to call it. Now, the psychological issues that go beyond some fucking dude, you know, getting excited over a purple gun, the same gun, okay, the same gun, just purple, and they call it royalty, or, you know, elite, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, is fucking beyond me. Those are psychological issues, okay? Because there's no way in hell anybody could get excited over the same gun, just color purple. Because the color purple, you know, the skin, it's been released before in other Call of Duties, okay? It's been there, okay? The only difference that it has is they call it maybe the royalty or the elite, Not only that, and it's got like +1 damage or my +2 range, whatever. Very insignificant, changes to the weapon itself. Very insignificant. And the thing is, every time they release, a Sledgehammer releases, customizable items like this, they immediately, start drooling all over this, all this, useless shit, and start making their dumbass supply drop opening videos. And I have nothing against the people themselves. They're making a living, whatever you want to call it. But the thing is, people like me, I was born in the 90s, and I grew up playing, really good games from the company itself, which is Activision. And I understand good gaming. I know what good gaming is all about. And I know the dark path that it's taking. It's taking a terrible, terrible path. The way they're treating the customers. And the thing is, they're taking advantage of gullible kids. Kids, because if you're a person like me, you work for your money, you hustle for your money, you're not dumb enough to buy all this stupid shit, because at the end of the day it means nothing. Now, every time I kill somebody with the exosuit, with an AK-47, or maybe somebody kills me with the AK-47 or the STG, it means nothing, okay? It doesn't mean they have a particular set of skills. It doesn't mean they got, anything. It doesn't mean they completed a challenge, okay? It just breaks down to two things. Either they were stupid enough to buy the advanced supply drops, using real-time money, which could have been used or spent somewhere else, maybe some clothes or something, a nice meal for their family, I don't know. Something useful like that would have been even better, for that money to go to. Or they got really lucky on a regular supply drops. I don't know. In my opinion, it goes towards choice A for myself. For me. When I see these people wearing all this stupid shit, because it means nothing. Now, this could have easily been fixed if they would have put any sort of progression system where you can obtain these items. Maybe beat the game on really, really hard. Maybe get like 1,000,000 kills with the AK-12, and then you can unlock the AK-47 on that. Maybe get 2,000,000 kills with the AK-47 that you unlocked, and then you get like the best elite version of it, or maybe like a medium tier AK-47. You see what I mean? That would have changed everything. But nope. They're heavily restricted to advanced supply drops, and well, they're not so much restricted, but they incentivize you because the thing is, it takes a really fucking long time to get regular supply drops, and even though you do get regular supply drops and advanced supply drops, you might never know if you're gonna get the items you're gonna get. So when it comes down to this is mediocre. What they're doing right now, in my opinion, it's absolutely mediocre. That they have to take this, they have to, spam ridiculous amounts of microtransactions and, skins and, customizable items and weapons, and they have to rely on the success of all their Call of Duties. Because that's exactly what they're doing. The STG was, from back in the days of Call of Duty. The AK-47, the M16, iconic weapons. They're using those weapons to try to incentivize people to jump back into their shitty game. Okay, because they know their popularity is down, they know the sales were down, we know, the DLC sales were down, we know that the sales for the base game were down. And now they're trying to make up for it. How? By trying to incentivize you to buy all this useless shit, And, obviously, the YouTubers that make these dumbass supply drop opening videos, obviously they're drooling all over these weapons, and I'm pretty sure they know that these weapons are mediocre just because of the way they sound, but obviously they're not gonna say anything because they're too busy, it's kind of like in bed with Activision and Sledgehammer, but that's honestly their deal. So please, I want to know what you guys think. Please like and share the video if you enjoyed it. This is Jacob logging off.